Eric with Patch Foundry, excited today to announce the release of the taped synth pack for the Nord Stage 4. The taped synth pack has been out for quite a while for the Nord Stage 3, but this is the first time that we're offering a full compatible version for the Nord Stage 4. This is hands down my favorite pack that we've ever put out at Patch Foundry because it's just so quirky. It's basically cassette recordings that I took and chopped up in order to create something that is playable on the keyboard, that sounds like you're playing a tape machine. 3, 2, 1. The tape synth pack for Nord Stage 4 is a complete reimagining of what the original sounded like, and it uses all of the synthesis capabilities of the Nord Stage 4 and the incredible effects that they've added. But rather than just talk about it, let me show you a few of the sounds here.
All right, so I'm going to break down a little bit of what we've got going on in the taped synth pack. This is specifically designed for the Nord Stage 4. We have versions for other keyboards, but the one I'm showing you today is built in the Nord Stage 4 for the Nord Stage 4. And couple housekeeping notes. You can have any of the three models they have, the 76. I'm using a compact here, but it will work in any of the three models. And the first thing, I've got everything loaded in. To find out more about how to load stuff, you can check out the installation video, so I won't be covering that. But I'm just going to play through some of this stuff. So here's our first sound. It's TS Dulcimer. And if you can hear that, there's some serious tape hiss happening, which is really fun. The philosophy on this was I recorded a bunch of sounds into a cassette deck, and then I sampled them into the Nord sample editor, mapped them for all the keys, and then imported them in here. So what you're hearing is the original sample plus the effects of the Nord Stage 4. And you can add a second layer by tapping here. Which just adds in some different effects from the keyboard. And the cool thing about the Nord Stage 4 is you can combine up to 3 individual synth sections. So in this case, I've got a dulcimer, then I have another dulcimer sample up an octave, and then I've added another sample from the pack, guitarish. And those are all 3 combined together with different effects for each one. It's really cool. So let's just keep going. And that sounds really ambient, but as you could tell, there was hardly any effects on that. Now, let's put some effects on. Pretty epic. This is another one where I took a sample off of a really old record that I found. And it just sounds like this. That's by itself. So when you play it, you get these weird overtones. Layer it up here. Really fun stuff. Drone sound with a lot of tape distortion. Very playable. You might know that one. ton of space there. This one loops, so if you hold it down, it repeats itself, which I found really inspiring to create some cool stuff like it's almost like I'm playing with the own sample itself. And then of course you can layer it up, or you could get really hip hop and do like it's a really flexible sound there. Choir. Also, I am adjusting the cutoff and a few other things with my expression pedal that I'm using with my right foot. So we can sweep it in and out. Pretty fun. This one is one of my favorites. It's a loop, but it's imperfect. You can hear a little crack there that essentially spreads out the stereo field. So when you combine it together, it creates this weird, this unsettling feeling. Just really wild what you can get out of it. And I really had to mess with the cassette deck in order to get it to break like that without actually breaking the cassette deck, because it wasn't mine, it was my dad's. So totally bizarre. This is my favorite one of the whole group. It's a Wurlitzer that's been distorted. And it loops as well. If you're into lo-fi, this is your jam, my guess is. And then we've got the ambient pad. Sweeping in here again with my foot. Very weird. Just another weird sound there. And that's the entire collection. Now, the only other thing is I have stuff programmed in here, but it's just filler. So I've got a piano. For every single one, it's a grand piano, the white grand to be specific. But again, you're not going to need that. That's already... that's just something that you have to do. You have to pick something. So I picked that one because it comes by default in this unit. And yeah, that's it.
The taped synth pack is available starting today at patchfoundry.com/stage4. And if you bought the sample version of this for the Nord Stage 4, you get a free upgrade. And if you haven't bought this pack yet, you owe it to yourself to at least take a look at it and see how weird and wonderful this thing can really be.